My name is Will Cord and I'm the host of Ready, Set, Renovate. Our podcast is produced in the upstate of South Carolina where I happen to live and our business, Daniel Builders, is located. Ready, Set, Renovate is dedicated to making home renovations a delightful and drama-free process. Drama is fun when it's on HGTV, but not so much fun when your own home is at stake. We discuss real-life home renovations and all they entail while equipping you to edit out the renovation craziness. Along the way, we pack in some inspiration for your own home. Welcome to the Ready, Set, Renovate podcast. On this episode, we're on site in a client's home, which you will see and learn all about from David Bass. David is our COO, and he has a lot to show when it comes to this remodel. We hope you stay tuned. So let's get to it.
My name is David Bass. I'm the Chief Operating Officer at Daniel Builders, and I'm pleased to show you around this remodel that we just completed this year in the heart of Clemson, South Carolina. It's about a half a mile away from Death Valley Stadium. This home was built in 1960, and it was plaster walls, wood windows, and it was in a lot of need of tender love and care. We started looking at this project in 2025. Around that time, we started working and coordinating efforts with MHK Architecture in Greenville and Brad Ramsey Interiors out of Nashville, Tennessee, working together to bring our client's vision to life. This house is 3,500 square feet and it was ripped down entirely to the studs. Brand new plumbing, brand new electrical systems. One of the key things that I think was important to the client and also to the architecture and design staff, they really wanted to keep the traditional feel of a 1960s home in Clemson. All the windows and doors on the exterior were replaced, but we kept with the traditional grid styles and ratios that were conducive for a house built at this time. We spent a lot of time coordinating our efforts with Brad Ramsey Interiors and MHK Architecture, making sure that everything that was going into the design was actually going to fit what was pre-existing. There was a lot of time spent on the front end, doing a lot of coordinated efforts with measurements and making sure that scaling of furniture and its placement was going to fit the spaces. Here in the kitchen, it's hard to really understand exactly what is that happened here because so much happened. The kitchen wasn't even here. It was literally on the other side of the house. This actually at the time was a sitting room and we had to take down a few walls, put up a few new walls, create this alcove here with the designer's help to inset this nice piece of cabinetry here. This looks like cabinetry, but it's really a beautiful state-of-the-art twin fridge and freezer set. All the appliances here are panelized, complete with a gas range here in the center as a focal point. As I mentioned when I talked about moving the kitchen, we also created this scullery space with a pantry beyond it. Now we have tons of cabinetry in here for their food items and for other storage needs, and also open shelving beyond that in the pantry. Here we are in the heart of the home in the great room. As you look through old photography of before we started the project, the only focal point you actually have to focus on that still exists is this fireplace, but it's been completely redesigned. Brad Ramsey Interiors had a whole lot to do with this, trying to create this little alcove space that actually worked with the fireplace. One thing you'll notice about the before photography is that the fireplace was not actually truly centered on the original room, and it actually had a huge brick wall next to it that didn't weight the space appropriately. And so we really appreciate the changes that the design team was able to make. This area is the game day bar, complete with a wine fridge and ice maker. This bar and this laundry room behind it were not here. This is actually where the old kitchen of the house was. And we took down some walls to open up this side of the house, connecting the bar to the great room to the kitchen. All were completely redesigned to open them up, for them to flow together, for people in one room to be able to interact with those in the other. One thing to note is this powder room. It actually didn't exist when the project started. There was no common area restroom that was available, and so what we actually did was steal a couple of feet away from the foyer, which is still a very good sized foyer, to accommodate a much larger powder room in this area. We're in the foyer area now. As I said earlier, we actually stole a little bit of space from the foyer to increase the area of the powder room, but we also were able to achieve a large storage closet off of the dining room. We also had the opportunity to replace the front door here to a newly stained mahogany front door. We're in the sitting room right now, which actually used to be the old dining room off of the old kitchen. You can see the bar here in the background. What's most important in this room was that we were able to open up this wall so that the sitting room and the bar were directly adjacent and accessible to each other. We're in the primary suite now. It's very important to note that this area was reframed and resized a little bit. We changed some window sizes for this transom window here. It's also complete with his and her closet areas. We're in the primary bathroom. This area was completely reoriented. In fact, the original primary bathroom was only about half the size of what this one is, and you could actually fit the majority of the footprint within the footprint of their new shower. After all these spaces were redesigned, the architect and the designer were able to work together to ensure that every bedroom within the floor plan of this house has its own corresponding bathroom. This concludes walking you through this project. Overall, this project started in September of 25 and concluded June of 2026. The project finished on time, on budget, and most importantly, with a very delighted client.
Are you interested in remodeling your home? Well, reach out to us at danielbuilders.com and we can help you get that process started.